got me? You don't hear me at all. I can see it. You can't hear me? Hey, nigger. Wow, big.
Kyle, you're talking to everyone, bud.
Yep, we heard that. Yikes. Knock your out. I can see it. You can't hear me? Hey, nigger. Wow, big.
Kyle, you're talking to everyone, bud.
Yep, we heard that.
Oh, damn. You did not listen to that.
Yikes.
Don't say anything.
Star NASCAR driver Kyle Larson is in a heap of trouble, and as you can tell by the clip you've just seen, he has used a racial slur on a live iRacing event. But before we get started, on that, let me just get you all caught up on what was going on. So NASCAR decided to broadcast this race that was taking place on iRacing by Landon Castle. Landon Castle was the one to put this together. It is at a really fast and long, narrow oval track down in Italy he called this event Monza Madness. They had about 60 plus people participating in the event, drivers from both NASCAR, the eNASCAR iRacing series, World of Outlaw drivers, and even a lot of IndyCar drivers were participating in this event, including even NASCAR spotter Rodney Childers, who is Kevin Harvick's crew chief for Stewart Haas Racing in the NASCAR Cup Series. But let's get into the main part of this. NASCAR decided to upload this to their YouTube channel, and honestly, I heard the broadcast on TV was kind of terrible. But people that were participating in the race that were at least broadcasting this on their Twitch channels heard Kyle Larson use a racial slur, as you just saw in the clip. And this has now been blown up and put in all over social media, including YouTube, Twitter, and everywhere else. And when NASCAR was made aware of this, he was suspended indefinitely now. He has now been suspended. Let me find the statements here. Here they are. Oh, excuse me. Credit One Bank did release this statement. Credit One Bank denounces the highly offensive language used by Kyle Larson during Sunday's iRacing event. We support the quick actions taken by NASCAR and the Chip Ganassi Racing team to suspend Kyle indefinitely. And then Credit One Bank did actually update their statement later on by posting this. As stated earlier, Credit One Bank denounces the highly offensive language used by Kyle Larson during Sunday's iRacing event. In addition to the quick actions taken by NASCAR and Chip Ganassi Racing, Credit One Bank is terminating its sponsorship of Kyle Larson. Advent Health also released a statement saying, "We're committed to a culture of inclusiveness and wholeness for our patients and team members, and Kyle Larson's use of a racial slur is not reflective of that and unacceptable. As an ongoing partner with Chip Ganassi Racing, we support the decisive actions taken by them and NASCAR to suspend him." And then later on, McDonald's ended up releasing a statement about this. "We were extremely disappointed and appalled to hear about this incident. The comments made by Kyle Larson are insensitive, offensive, and not reflective of our inclusive values and will not be tolerated. McDonald's has taken immediate action to terminate the relationship with Kyle Larson." Chevrolet also posted something about this on Twitter, saying that they are ending their partnership with Kyle Larson. And also remember, Kyle Larson is supposed to be a free agent next year for Chip is supposed to be a free agent in NASCAR next year because his contract with Chip Ganassi ends at the end of this year. And now he's in a lot of trouble. Plan B Sales also made a post about this. I will actually, but I'm not going to get into that. But they did talk about this, and they are not happy with him. And NASCAR also released a statement saying NASCAR has made diversity and inclusion as a priority and will not tolerate the type of language used by Kyle Larson during Sunday's iRacing event. Our member conduct guidelines are clear in this regard, and we will enforce these guidelines to maintain an inclusive environment for our entire industry and fan base. And iRacing also came out with this event as well, with this statement as well. iRacing considers itself to be a welcome and inclusive community for racing enthusiasts all around the world. We have strict policies against offensive behavior and language. Kyle Larson's language last night during a streamed online race was both offensive and inappropriate, and in violation of our sporting code. As such, Kyle Larson has been suspended indefinitely from the iRacing service. So now, if NASCAR hosts any more events, I don't know what they're going to do for Kyle Larson at this point, or how Kyle Larson would even be involved in it. I don't think he will be, because he is suspended by both NASCAR and Chip Ganassi Racing. And speaking of Chip Ganassi Racing, here is what Chip Ganassi Racing had to say about this. We are extremely disappointed by what Kyle Larson said last night during an iRacing event. The words that he chose to use are offensive and unacceptable. As of this moment, we are suspending Kyle without pay while we work through this situation with all appropriate parties. So, and Kyle Larson also released this statement. Roll it.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry. Last night I made a mistake and said the word that should never, ever be said. And, there's no excuse for that. I wasn't raised that way. It's just an awful thing to say. And I feel very sorry for my family, my friends, my partners, the NASCAR community, and especially the African-American community. I understand the damage is probably unrepairable, and I own up to that. But I just wanted to let you all know how sorry I am, and I hope everybody is staying safe during these crazy times. Thank you.
So now, as you can tell by Kyle Larson's video that he did post out on Twitter, it doesn't seem like it was scripted, because he was showing his face. He was saying what he was trying to say. He was trying to get the right words out. And honestly, a lot of fans are gonna either accept his apology right away, or it's gonna take a while to accept his apology, or maybe fans are really gonna hate him. But I don't think that it was scripted or anything. He at least showed his face. He at least didn't hide from the camera or anything. He didn't just do a voice recording. No, he did do a full video of himself apologizing to the NASCAR community and to everyone. And I honestly applaud him for that, because he at least did that. Now, we will see what goes on. NASCAR will possibly have him go through some counseling or something. I'm not 100% sure on this. NASCAR hasn't exactly made a statement about that yet. But as of right now, he is suspended indefinitely. And now, obviously, with everything that is going on in the world, there are bigger things that are going on in the world right now. Obviously, I can't mention it because YouTube will not allow it. But you all know what I'm talking about. And also, NASCAR is doing the right thing, I think, here. But also at the same time, he has to face repercussions about this. He has to deal with the consequences, and it happens. I mean, we all make mistakes in life, and we all have to live with that. But honestly, this did, for a little while, or for at least for a few hours when I found out about this, it did make me change the way I felt about being a fan of Kyle Larson. I honestly was saying that I wasn't much of a fan of him anymore, but at the same time, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I'm still going to be a fan of him. I've seen videos on Instagram and stuff of Someone that I follow on Instagram posted on their story a video of him holding a Kyle Larson car, and he says, "Kyle Larson, F you," and he throws his diecast across the room. So he does that. There are a few people that are still saying that despite what he said and what he did, they're still going to be Kyle Larson fans. So that's good. That's good. But other than that, you still gotta, like I said, you still gotta deal with the consequences of what you did. I mean, and I think NASCAR did the right thing here. But now we just got to see how this is going to affect him at the end of this year, because, like I've said already, Kyle Larson is already his contract with Chip Ganassi ends at the end of the year. That was already a thing from, like, I think people started talking about this back in 2018, that his contract is up at the end of the 2020 season, unless it was 2019. Not 100% sure. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw my hat in the ring on this. I'm still going to be a Kyle Larson fan, but I'm still a little upset about what he did. And, you know, like I said, I think that NASCAR's doing the right thing here. He's at least possibly going to go through some counseling or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But Kyle Larson, I wish you all the best of luck. And that's pretty much it. But anyway, you guys, let me all know what you think down in the comment section down below. Or if you're at least friends with me, like on social media or something, or like if you have my cell number or whatever, go ahead, give me a call. Let me know, or at least reach out to me however you guys can about this situation. And go ahead and give me a shout, because I'm always down to talk about this, and I definitely want to hear everyone else's opinion. So let me know down in the comments below, or like I said, if you guys know me on online gaming or whatever, or you have my number or whatever, just give me a call. But anyway, guys, I love you all to death. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I guess today I really stopped caring. Close to the edge, I feel you tearing. Truth in the lies, but you lack merit. Living all the dreams you know I'm sharing. For the good times, oh you so daring. Read between the lines, the pain you bearing. She want me to save her, even when in danger. Don't talk to me like I'm some stranger, whoa.